Hi everyone, welcome to Viewers Driving Fail number 53. Have a look at the car that's coming in the opposite direction. Wrong lane. How did they get there in the first place? Well, if we look further up the road, it does seem as though that the lane from the opposite direction may very well split. It obviously doesn't, but the road planners do need to re-look at this junction, in my opinion. I personally think this is one of the lowest of the low. Road users accommodate an ambulance or an emergency service vehicle. Then you find other people chasing that ambulance. They use the clear pathway created to make progress up the road. I wonder whether the police could or would do anything about situations just like this. What are your thoughts on the Volkswagen Transporter and the motorbike? Here's another road user who has a fair bit of a fail with an emergency service vehicle coming the other way. It's not this cyclist that goes through on red, I think they were probably going to do this anyway, but it's the white van driver that sat behind my viewer. Why on earth would you think to do this with a fire engine approaching? The mind boggles. It's scary to think that some people like this are licensed to drive a motor vehicle. Would you expect anyone to be coming the other way up this slip road? Well, you've always got to expect the unexpected and be ready to deal with it if it does happen.
Wouldn't advise that, mate.
It seems as though nowadays our roads are littered with illegal road users, and little is being done about it. Some of these electric bikes are really powerful and can do over 60 or 70 miles an hour. And it always seems to be the case when you spot someone riding, that they ride like this. Nice arm signal though. What do you think is the best solution for people riding like this? Walton Lane in Liverpool. I know it well. I think it's actually funny how bad this driver is. The road that they're trying to get to is perfectly clear, but they try to take this route. My viewer's more than happy to wait for a safe opportunity to pass these cyclists. If you do this, just be careful though, as this can encourage people to do some dangerous things.
Not going, van. Impatient. You're so clever, you're.
Who?
That van. See?
Yeah. Yeah. You come close to that one.
Lectures and seminars. I think our young people are being horribly ripped off by universities at the moment. Yeah, now, this is important, Annie, because I agree.
You should be able to make out this speed limit, 50 miles an hour. You should also be able to make out the second part of my viewer's registration, along with the speed at the bottom of the screen. Now, here comes a dual carriageway section. My viewer gets up to 71 miles per hour before they reach the national speed limit sign. And now they've got to deal with a slow-moving, wide load up ahead. And quite soon they witness a BMW driver who breaks the rules because they've got to get past. I hope you're spotting the irony in this. What this next BMW driver does takes the stupidity up to a whole new level. But remember, 20 miles an hour above the speed limit isn't acceptable. It's often impatience that does funny things to our driving mentality, and this can unfortunately lead to serious consequences. It looks as though everyone got away with it this time, but you might not be so lucky next time. Overtaking at crossings can be really dangerous, and it's often the most innocent and the most vulnerable road users who could get killed or seriously injured. And all this risk because my viewers sticking to the 20 miles an hour speed limit. Sometimes pedestrians don't do themselves any favours though. This one was a close one. There were a few swear words, but there was no contact, thankfully. The pedestrian did have a can in his hand. I wonder whether the decision to cross there was alcohol related. This overtake's lethal. And this left turn by this car is not that much better.
What we've learned from the last few months, if we needed kind of any reminder, is how unpredictable the economy is. So yes, right now we can see there is going to be a massive spike in energy bills. Yes, we can see that food prices are going up, but we're not talking about, for example, the increase in clothing.
This is Conwy Castle in Wales. I know it well. And I think the bus driver, coming the other way in just a moment, does everything they possibly can to make this situation worse.
Dramatically underweight. Yasin's on drip. He's nearly 2, but has stunted growth. His mother tells me he's extremely sick.
Doctors advised me to give more nutritious food to my son, but I can't afford nutritious food. So, how does my baby boy get nutrition? Life nowadays is really hard for people like me.
A few days later, we returned.
My viewers got plenty of time to clear.
Be able to go home soon. But his father's a rickshaw driver who's making far less money than
Which side of the
before.
road you were?
His parents can't afford for Yasin to
Why,
fall sick again. Yet they can't afford to keep him healthy. It's a desperate sign.
For me, that was a definite attempted reprimand. Let me know what you think in the comments. Watch the vehicle in front of the Mini. There were so many clues to say it wasn't down there. I don't know how they missed all of them. And to finish, we've got a clip that shows just how little people think for themselves and just copy others around. Look at the lorry from the opposite direction. They're in the wrong lane. This is the lane that my viewer should proceed ahead in.
What are you doing?
My viewer sorts out the lorry driver's mess quite nicely by holding back, but they're not the only vehicle that's turning right from that lane. Remember, observe for yourself and don't just follow the vehicle in front.
Oh, Joe.
Keep safe everyone, I'll see you next time.